Yo, 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 welcome back. We got a fresh episode, Talking Game. I'm your host, Yellow Tape King, Tony, Anthony, LT, whatever you call me, lets me know what I was on when you was fucking with me. And today is a solo episode. Um, I hate and love solo episodes. I love the challenge that it gives me to create this content by myself without the ideal conversation, but I love it because it gives me a chance to really get some of my views across solo dolo. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start this off at the top, and I want to start off with why people don't want to play with LeBron and the Lakers. All right. So my first thought with that is the Bronny situation. You know what I'm saying? That has to be tough for new guys coming in, not knowing what to expect with that. This being the first time for everything in the NBA. Idea, I get it. I love the idea of it. I love the thought of it. Hell, he was the 55th pick. It was only 58 picks. Why not do something historic? Honestly, this is a Lakers move. If you go back, the Lakers love taking care of their older players, their older superstars. The Lakers are ran like a family. You got to think the Lakers, the Lakers gave Kobe $24 million a year at a time that was basically salary cap suicide. But they did it to prove that they will take care of their guys. All right. But you got to think about the outside guys that you want to bring in. All right. People don't know if he's going to get special treatment. Hell, he low key already has special treatment. He's a 55 pick. He's guaranteed a roster spot. He's guaranteed his contract. So you know you're gonna have to at least play him. You know he's gonna at least have to take a roster spot on the bench. And right now, players are worried about winning, you would think, right? And the players that they were talking about bringing in want to win. Jonas Valanciunas wants to win. I'm sure DeMar. Well, I don't. Well, actually, Jonas Valanciunas doesn't want to win. I'm sorry. The Wizards 3 for 30. What the fuck was that? DeMar DeRozan, I don't think he wants to win either. So I got to pivot on that conversation because he went to Sacramento, even though that was more of a trade situation. What the fuck? I never really thought about James Harden coming to the Lakers. I think he was comfortable with the Clippers. I honestly think James Harden is comfortable with lower expectations playing with the Clippers than the high expectations of playing with the Lakers. And we'll get into that. And then who was the other person? Clay. Clay took less money to go to Dallas instead of coming to LA, a team where his father was the number one overall pick to play for the Lakers. That that says a lot. That says a lot. And I'm not saying that is all Bronny's fault, but that has to be a thought in players' minds. I don't want to be somewhere where players get special treatment. We know that superstars do, but you definitely don't want to be somewhere where the rookie is getting special treatment because you don't want their dad looking at them crazy when you holding them accountable. Not saying that's the case, but it is only a human emotion to think those things when you are thinking about going to a team that's in this situation. You know what I'm saying? My second reason why I think nobody wants to play with the Lakers and LeBron might not be fair, but JJ Redick. JJ has a lot to prove. You know what I'm saying? He's not the first coach to coach without coaching experience, but he is definitely one of the first non-point guards that I can think of to coach without any NBA coaching experience. Yes, we have Steve Nash, which isn't a great example because that was a total failure, but we do have Jason Kidd. I don't think Mark Jackson was an assistant coach when he took over the job, but we're talking about point guards. We're talking about people who are top 10 all time in assists. We're talking about MVPs, champions. We're talking about people who the transition just seemed like it'll be easier for those guys, right? Because you always look at point guards as the extension of the coach. You know what I'm saying? JJ Redick, though, he does have great experience with a lot of different coaches. He does have the 15 years in the league, but it's still a little iffy because it's another LeBron situation. You know what I'm saying? This man just did a whole podcast with him, and then he wants to say, "Oh, I have nothing to do with that situation. I had nothing to do with picking that coach. Come on now. That was all the Lakers." And I think that's part of what's wrong with The whole situation is LeBron doesn't take responsibility for any of the things that goes on with the organization when he clearly has his hand in everything that goes on with the Lakers. And I think that's really an issue, at least for me as a Lakers fan, and I'm pretty sure is a issue for individuals that either play with the Lakers or who want to play with the Lakers. LeBron, drop your fucking nuts and say, you know what? This is what I want done, and this is what's going to happen. Bro, you in year 22. Be the grumpy old man and say what the fuck you want, say what you feel, and stop being passive aggressive. You want it, Bronny? Cool. Who wouldn't want to play with their son? Hell, I would love to. I'm sure every NBA player thinks that would be cool. It's definitely a cool situation, and it's definitely a huge sign of longevity in the league. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you think JJ Redick is a better basketball mind, fine. Fine. Stop playing fucking crazy. You literally put together a podcast in the tail end of the NBA season saying how certain things are stupid, saying why teams like your own doesn't do certain things, and how certain stuff that JJ and you guys draw up is just genius and how shit should go. The proof is in the fucking pudding, bro. Just say it. Oh, my third reason why I think people doesn't want to play with the Lakers or LeBron is age, man. Look, LeBron is going into year 22. How much more time does he have to be at an all NBA level? Hell, he was third. Well, not even all NBA level, just be in the league, period. Sad to say, at year 22, he is a tweak knee, ankle, shoulder, hand away from saying, you know what, I'm done for the rest of my career. And you came over to play with LeBron and AD, and now it's just AD. Shout out to AD, though. Great season last year. You back in my good graces, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Hell, he was third team All NBA last year, deservingly so. You know what I'm saying? What he was 25, 7, and 7, a LeBron stat line. But it's also a world where he could have not been all NBA. Don't get it twisted. It's also a chance, him and KD for second team. We can have that argument all day. You know what I'm saying? But there's also a world where he could have not been on the list and I would not have tripped. You know what I'm saying? Paulo could have been on the list. Jaylen Brown could have been on the list. I know people hate to say it. Paul George had a great year last year. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different people who could have swapped that 3 spot out, and I would not have really batted an eye. Wemby, you know what I'm saying? So you start thinking about that. You're like, well, damn, LeBron is getting older, and just naturally he is slowing down a little bit, not a lot. His little bit of a slowdown is still clearly top 15 player in the league, but it might take a little bit more now because my next reason, that February fucking blame that nobody wants to see. Nobody coming to the Lakers want to be part of that February 2025 blame when the Lakers are in the 7th to 10th spot. And he's talking about, oh man, we need to get better. We need to improve in these spots, AKA, we need to make trades for a superstar. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Especially when you go back to my first point of, are you going to show special treatment? What if the Lakers are in that 7 to 10 spot? And I say that because the Lakers made no roster moves. They're probably dependent on health of Gabe Vincent being a health of Jared Vanderbilt being a help to help propel the Lakers in places where free agency couldn't help them. But let's say that doesn't work and you want to make a trade. Are you willing to trade your son's guaranteed contract to add to the pot to sweeten the deal? Are you that cutthroat? Do you care about winning that much? Because at the end of the day, the NBA is all about winning. But nobody wants to be talked about like they're not your teammate to get them up out of there because you want to make improvements. Bro, the days of you running an organization, I guess I can't say are over, but gotta 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 do it better, man. Take the Steph approach at least. Steph doesn't say anything out loud. He doesn't make any public stinks, but he makes sure to let it know it's a collaborative effort. That's cool. But I do not want to see you by your locker February 2nd talking about trades that need to be made. Don't. And I'm sure players that would have came to LA don't want to deal with that shit either. which goes into my last point of this. And that's just the natural Los Angeles pressure. You know what I'm saying? That LA pressure is crazy. Playing for the Lakers is all about banners. Especially now that the Celtics have won banner 18. That should be the team's ultimate motivation. And that might be a little too much for certain players. It really may be. You know what I'm saying? And if you, it's kind of like Kobe said before he passed, RIP to Mamba. And if that's too much pressure for you, we don't want you in LA. And I'm saying that like I'm from there, but I'm a Lakers fan. So de facto, I'm from LA, baby. West side. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want the pressure of playing for the Lakers, go to Sacramento, DeMar. Go to Washington, Jonas Valanciunas. Go to Dallas, Clay. Um, which I think that is a great deal because you swap out Tim Hardaway Jr. missing threes for Klay Thompson, probably hitting more of those. Good move for y'all. Still hurt my heart. Still hurt my heart. Next though, keeping it basketball. I do want to talk Team USA basketball. I love that Ant is looking at himself as the number one option because he should be. Um, all the older guys are just that older guys. I get it, they're still good. I get it that players are playing longer than they ever played, but we have to let the young guys cook. Okay. And Ant needs to be prepared for 2028. All right. That kind of is gonna roll into a next point I have. Um, but fuck it, I'll just keep rolling with it. Steph, year 15. LeBron, year 22. KD, year 14. Drew Holiday ain't no spring chicken. He got to be in year 12, 13. Um, Kawhi, he didn't even make it through. You know what I'm saying? Like we're getting older. We definitely need to think of the younger players to get prepared for 2028. You know what I'm saying? Um, I personally felt like we should have added two other young guys to the roster. I feel like we should have swapped out Kawhi, which is crazy because we all fucking knew that Kawhi was going to get hurt. Um, for Paulo, I feel like we should have swapped out Joel for Chet. I get it. Joel is right now currently the best big man in the NBA and probably the best big, debatable with Jokic. Probably the best big in the world, right? But does he fit the style of play? You know what I'm saying? I feel like we overreacted so much to what happened in FIBA last year. We just was like, fuck style, fuck fit. We're just gonna get the best of the best and we'll deal with all that later. It is a little bit better in international competition where style matters, fit matters, cohesiveness matters, because you have teams like Germany and Canada who plays together a lot. And that does matter to an extent. I think Paulo fits as another wing of size. He's young. You have to have people prepare for 2028. Chet, an athletic big, protects the paint, shoots. He gives an element that the team doesn't really have with his rim protection and shooting. It's almost like a younger, potentially better Kristaps Porzingis right now. You know what I'm saying? Joel Embiid as a big, he is a back to the basket. He's maybe even if he's facing up, he's a 17, 18-foot face up guy, and he kind of slows down the pace of the team. Where Chet knows how to pick and roll to the cup, pick and pop, get him a shot. You know what I'm saying? Leave the paint open for you guys for guys like LeBron, like Ant to get where they got to go. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like they should have gotten younger and really highlighted Ant for the future. I think that the talent gap, and I'll get into that now, rolling to my next point. I think the talent gap for the Team USA is so big that we can really afford to do those things where other teams can't. I want to keep it real. This shit ain't close. Okay. I'm tired of hearing people talk about the world has caught up. Maybe the world as a collective, but the Olympics ain't USA versus the world. Okay. The Olympics is going to be USA versus Serbia. Jokic is the best player on Serbia. Shout out to Jokic. Top three, four player in the world. If you don't think he's the best player in the world, right? Who's the second best player on Serbia? Thank you. Giannis, best player in Greece. Cool. Top two, three, wherever you want to put him. Giannis is the best player in Greece. Who is the second best player on Greece? Exactly. Luka Doncic. best player for Slovenia. Might not even make it. I don't even know where they're at with the qualifying, right? Who is the second best player in Slovenia? I'll fucking wait. I'll fucking wait. Even when you go to the favorites or the other good teams, right? Internationally, Paris, they got Rudy, they got Wimby, they got Evan Fournier. Then you go Nick Batum, and then you go French Pippen. What's the name? Koulibaly. And then you probably go young with the guys who just got drafted, right? Solid. I like it. Wimby and Rudy's pretty good. You know, Wimby makes things very difficult because his skill set. No harm there. Those two guys. And one of them gets dominated over here and Rudy when it's time to really play. You know what I'm saying? Then you go Canada, you got Shea, right? Then your second best player might be RJ Barrett, maybe Dylan Brooks. Stop. Stop with the bullshit. The NBA is sending 8 all NBA players on this one team, right? Guess what the other players are? All fucking defense with Bam, Drew Holiday. Like, you do you understand what we're sending over there? It would have been more, but Kawhi's got hurt. The other 6 all NBA teams are spread across different countries. It's not close. It's not. Now, maybe if the Olympics feels like I feel and say, you know what, it's not really that close, we're going to just do 2 teams for the gold, and we're going to do USA versus this group of teams in the world. Then I may get nervous. Then I may worry because they'll roll out something crazy like Shea at the point, um, Luca at the 2, Giannis at the 3, um, Wemby at the 4, Jokic at the 5. That's a scary 5, but you're still not deep enough. You know what I'm saying? Team USA should win gold handily. My only issue is 2028, are the younger guys going to be ready and acclimated to play in the Olympics in LA? That is the only reason why I feel like we definitely should go. Not the only reason, just because we do need some new blood. That is the main reason why I feel like we should go younger. You know what I'm saying? And we all fucking knew that Kawhi ass was not going to make it through a whole fucking Olympics. Let's keep it funky, man. We knew that shit wasn't going to shake. And that's why we should have put Paulo or even fucking Jaylen Brown if we want to go that young because he's young enough to still go 2028. Jaylen Brown's what, 28? He could be 32 in the Olympics. He could be the older guy next time, or even the older guy next time. Because I mean, look at how long these guys are extending their careers. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like Jason Tatum can be the old guy in the next couple of Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Because he's only 27. Um, I don't get the Kawhi being swapped out for Derek White. Jaylen Brown, what is the Jaylen Brown beef? It doesn't even make sense from a schematic standpoint. You swap out size and skill for Kawhi for a smaller guy who's a defender and he can knock down shots, but it's not the same skill set. I would have thought I would have tried to stay around those lines of what Kawhi do. Instead, you change the dynamic. And it's just fucking weird that there's 3 Celtics on Team USA and none of them are Jaylen Brown. The guy who won Eastern Conference Finals MVP and Finals MVP is not on the Olympic team. And you can't talk about what happened when they in 2019 when they finished 7th in FIBA because guess what? Derek Whiteass was on that team too. So I just really don't get it. But it is a huge talent gap. It shows. I mean, you got to think 2021 we won with Zach LaVine, Dame Lillard. I think Drew Holiday was on that team. Keldon Johnson was on that fucking team. That shows you we can bring Keldon Johnson and win it. Yes. Yes. I think Bam was our big. Shout out to Bam. We just know we're good, guys. But that's what I got for y'all right now for Team USA. I do want a quick point on track and field because shout out to Netflix for the sprint documentary. It was amazing. Um, I'm not really into racing and running like that, but I did watch the Olympic trials at a party that I was at, had me very much intrigued. Did watch the sprint documentary on Netflix, amazing. Um, I want to see if Noah Lyles can get the double gold, 200, 100. I'm interested to see if Shakari can carry over what she did in the Olympic trials for USA to get the 100 goal. And honestly, when it comes to the 200, it's Gabby and any girl from Jamaica, and it shouldn't be anybody else on the track. That's all I got for track and field, and that's how you know I'm not deep into it. I just want to let y'all know I am excited to see who actually wins. Those are very exciting 10 fucking seconds. All right. But moving forward, I do want to talk WNBA. I have been watching more WNBA than I probably watched in my life. Um Asia Wilson is the best player in the world. I don't want to hear nobody else's name. I don't care. Breonna Stewart is second. I was having a conversation with Cuz the other day, Marcus. Um, what separates Asia Wilson from everybody else, especially I guess Breonna Stewart, because she's the closest, is consistency. Asia Wilson is consistently putting foot in ass. Okay. Um, She's shooting 27, 11, and 3. The 3 is blocks. She's the runaway MVP. She's in the running for defensive player of the year. She's getting 3 blocks a game. She could lead the league in rebounds, but I'm not gonna lie, Angel Reese is on a fucking terror rebound. Shout out to my girl Angel Reese. We're gonna talk about her in a second. Um, she's starting to shoot threes. She already has more threes this year than she had all last year. And what they're just getting halfway through the season. She's being able to take rebounds coast to coast. That's not fair. You know what I'm saying? It's just amazing to watch her, and I love her work ethic. She's putting up numbers, which is crazy, like Shaq did when he won the MVP in '01. But her drive and her determination, I swear, it reminds me of Giannis. She really reminds me of Giannis out here, especially because the way that she can affect the game on both sides of the court. She is all defense minimum. Like I say, maybe defensive player of the year. You have to pay attention to Asia Wilson. Hey, 2 female basketball players y'all can't tell me nothing about, and that's Asia Wilson and shout out my girl Paige Beckers out there in Connecticut, man. But I do want to talk rookie of the year for the WNBA real quick. At least it should be co-MVP. It has not even least. It has to be rookie of the years, man. You can't just give it to Caitlin. You can't just give it to Angel. Um, Angel just well, her record just got snapped yesterday. She had 15 straight double doubles, which is crazy in any sport. I mean, on men's or women's side. You know what I'm saying? When you break in Candace Parker's records as a rookie, um, you got to put some respect on that. I knew she was an elite rebounder. It was other things that I thought didn't translate or she was gonna have to work on in her game. But her rebounding is so good that it makes up for any deficiency she has. She is gonna have to work on her touch around the paint a little bit, which is crazy because that may make her rebounds go down some because a lot of her, not a lot, some of her rebounds are off her own misses. So she's gonna reach a point where her points go up and her rebounds are gonna go down, but that doesn't mean that she's playing worse. She's actually just playing better and making more buckets. You know what I'm saying? So she's gonna probably get up to probably like 18 points a night and drop down to like 8 rebounds. But she's gonna be an even better player on the court, and especially because Camila Cardoso is getting her foot in too. So that's a lot of rebounds going to somebody else too because she's 6'8". And then you got Caitlin Clark on the other side, man. 17, 6, and 8. She has the top 2 assist performances in Indiana Fever history, 13 twice already this year in her first 20 games. She's getting the shots that she wants. I think she just got to get comfortable in the WNBA game to take those shots more. Um, and once she gets an off season, she like works out a little bit more, um, gets a little more physical with her style of play. It's over. And she even said it herself. I mean, it's cool that she's getting these great assist numbers, but man, once she's like stopped deferring a little bit, it's over. It is over. Over because she's gonna start really shooting with that confidence like she was at Iowa. You can see now she still ain't got that yet, but she's starting to get it even more. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that the popularity doesn't make her run away with the rookie of the year. Like you don't see what Angel Reese is doing as well. You feel me? It's kind of like this real deal, and I'm gonna use a baseball reference. This is starting to become like a Nomar Garcia Parra or like a A-Rod Derek Jeter situation. You know what I'm saying? And you just I just want all responsible sports watchers and fans to look at both sides of it. Don't just look at the popularity and run with it. Um, but yeah, I love it. WNBA, y'all got me watching. Oh, I do want to say this though about the WNBA schedule. It is fucking terrible. I made a TikTok about it, but it is horrible. I know that you guys are working on a new um collective bargaining agreement or TV contracts, all that's coming up in the next year or so. 11 a.m. games, that has to be cut out. Even if y'all gonna do afternoon games during the week, you gotta make them 12, 1 o'clock. I get that it's the summer. So yeah, you can still do afternoon games, 1 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock, but 11 a.m. is crazy. MLB don't even do that shit. And then it's the games that y'all pick. I had a game last week that was potentially the game of the year, early season game of the year. Definitely the midway point game of the year because both teams were 17-4. It's only a 40-game season. And Connecticut Suns, New York Liberty at 11 o'clock in the fucking morning, bro. That's not cool. People got shit to do, man. Gotta tighten up, gotta do better, gotta do better. And I know you will. I know that's just part of the collective bargaining agreement. And I know it's gonna be a lot of changes, especially with the eyes that are on the WNBA right now. So we're definitely gonna get more of those prime time ESPN games, whatever the Amazon Prime games. I really want to see the bidding war. I want to see if Ion can keep the WNBA. Shout out to Ion though, holding them ladies down. Um, I do want to finish this off though, talking MLB. I love my Yankees, but the Yankees are really making me nervous. I know it's a long season. You go through the ebbs and flows and dips. We definitely need Stanton back. We definitely need Rizzo back. Um, the Yankees right now aren't deep enough to take the injuries, which also means they're not deep enough to make the trades that they may need to make at the trade deadline, which means I don't see a way for the Yankees to get better. I don't. I thought Jason Dominguez coming up would make the Yankees better. He got hurt. I thought DJ LeMahieu coming up would make the Yankees even better than what they were. Because when he came, the Yankees were riding high, remember? He's washed. I mean, he's still defensively great, but that bat is done. Um, Anthony Rizzo, he's just starting to get old and hurt more and more with his old age. Ben Rice, he's just too young. And you see, I keep focusing on the corner infields. Ben Rice, he's just too young right now. He's figuring out a little bit, but he's just too young. Cabrera, he's still a little too green and inconsistent, even though he's playing decent. I never really trust Clay Holmes. He puts way too much traffic on the bases. He finds a way to wiggle out of it, but in the playoffs, high leverage situations, when you stress the fuck out, are you going to be able to wiggle out of 2 walks that you gave up in the top of the ninth and the number 3 hitters up? I don't know. I don't know. I can't trust that he can. I can't trust that he will. And maybe because I'm spoiled, we went from Mariano Rivera to Andrew Miller to Aroldis Chapman. You feel me? Like it's great, pretty damn good, great. You know what I'm saying? And I would even say Andrew Miller was great for the time that he was a Yankee. You know what I'm saying? He won closer of the year, I think, the 2 years that he was a Yankee. Um, so it's just frustrating, you know. Aaron Judge is having another great season, another MVP season. Um, I can't really see him losing it unless he just goes on a total slump the second half of the season. Um, and I I said it a lot last year. Garrett Cole has been up and down coming back from his injury, so hopefully he's getting it right. It just sucks that he's about to go into the All-Star break right after a good night against the Orioles, but it's all good. Give him a chance to cool. I mean to relax and heal up and be healthy for the stretch run. But I said this last year, and we wasted a Cy Young Garrett Cole season, right? The year before that, you could say we wasted an MVP Aaron Judge season. We're gonna have 3 years in a row of having a MVP Cy Young and then potentially an MVP again and have nothing to fucking show for it as a team. That is what the Yankees are on the verge of, and that shit is fucking terrible. That is terrible. It's aggravating to say that you have right now three of the top 10 players, even though my boy Soto, he's hurt a little bit with his hand, to have three of the top 10 players. And what if nothing comes of that? Nothing. That'll just be disgusting, man. But I do want to continue talking about Aaron Judge, though, because I'm about to say it. Might ruffle some feathers, especially for the older guys who've been watching more and longer than me. But Aaron Judge is the best Yankee I ever saw. Day in, day out. It's not just the home runs. He has found a way to raise his average. He was over 300 the year he won the MVP. Over 300 right now. His rookie year when he hit 52 bombs, he was like 270 something. So he's a consistent hitter. He's not just a home run guy. He is a great center fielder. Shit, he was a great right fielder. You know what I'm saying? He handles the media. He's Derek Jeter like in that. He's a very I'm not even gonna get into his character as a person. I don't know him. But just from what I see on the field, he is the best Yankee I have seen. Not all time, not throughout his career, but if we're talking about a peak, like how high did you go up on the mountain? Even if you went up there for 2 seconds, Aaron Judge has gone higher up the mountain than any Yankee I've seen. Mind you, I'm only 33. I've only been able to truly look and follow the Yankees to this extent since what, maybe 2002, 2003 is a lot of Yankees that have played there. A-Rod was great. We still had a lot of good Derek Jeter years. We had good Robinson Cano years. Hell, Curtis Granderson, I felt like should have won fucking MVP that one year. We've had a lot of good players, but Aaron Judge is better than all of them. All of them. And I will challenge anybody to bring some facts to show me a 3-year span. And I'm even including last year when he got hurt. Give me a 3-year span of a player that under in the pinstripes that you've seen. I don't want to hear no Babe Ruth. I don't want to hear no Lou Gehrig. I don't want to hear none of that shit. A 3-year span better than what Aaron Judge is putting together right now. Right now. And I want to close this out, baseball. I'm going to talk Paul Skenes. I knew he was going to be good at LSU. I did not know he was going to come into MLB and fucking dominate. 1.6 ERA. He got pulled from two no-hitters already. His first game, he struck out his first 6 batters. He is a monster and a force to be reckoned with. Whew. Starting in the All-Star game as a rookie, that is major. But that's all I got for you guys today. That is my time. That is talking game. I appreciate y'all for kicking it with me through a solo episode. I'll be back later. Me and Rail, we're gonna have some boxing to talk about. Been getting into my boxing bag. Hey man, I appreciate y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good shit. Keep it popping. Peace.